name is Lily, and if you haven't known yet, my home is in Hanoi, which is the capital of Vietnam. So I believe that Hanoi is one of the best tourist attractions in Vietnam. So I will talk about a few places that tourists can visit and what tourists can do. Now for my first place is that tourists can visit the Sword Lake, or the Lake of the Returning Sword. So this lake is a lake that is really big, and I've been there before, like almost recently. And I thought this lake was big, and it was the water. The water there wasn't very clear, but it was like greenish blue or something. And I think the water was very beautiful. It was kind of sparkly. Also, sometimes people can refer this like the jewel in Hanoi's heart, and I believe so too because this place is so big, and the color is like emerald greenish or blue. Well, I think it was kind of beautiful. And I think the best part of visiting this place is walking around the lake and trying out food or something, or just looking at everything around it. You could take a lot of beautiful pictures with the lake. And one time I took a picture with it and I was standing so close to the edge that I was afraid of falling or toppling right into the water. So I think it was still kind of beautiful. The picture was kind of beautiful, like the view of the lake, but not me. Well, if you visit around, like you walk around this lake, then you can meet a lot of people, and sometimes those people tell you a lot of things. Well, for example, like they can tell you about this place history. Well, if you have heard about this lake, the Sword Lake history, then you will know that this lake holds like a significant place in Vietnamese history. It's about like an emperor visiting the lake and just having a boat ride around, and then meeting a turtle who gave him a sword so they can defeat like an army that is causing hazard and terrorizing all those people in Vietnam. And after he defeated them with a sword, he came back to the lake and met the turtle again, and that turtle demanded him to give back the sword. And of course he did. So that was like how the place got the name, the Lake of the Returning Sword. Now the second place I recommend for you is the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. And I believe this place is used for people to pay respect, and for people who live in Vietnam to pay homage to the great leader. And usually when you go to this place, like almost every time you go to this place, you will see a lot of guards staying so still. I went there long ago when I was 5 or 6 years old or something, and I saw the guards and they were staying so still, like they were stone statues, except that they had colors on them. And when I saw them, I thought that like I could tickle them and they wouldn't even laugh. So I thought it was kind of funny. They were staying so still, and when I got in, everything was like silent. Now, if you really go to that place, I recommend that you wear clothes modestly, because if you wear shorts or mini skirts, then it is kind of disrespectful to the great leader. Well, now, like those were two tourist attractions that I recommend you to go. Now, it's about one activity that I love most when I go to Hanoi. I love the countryside, and when I go to the city side, I love to do this thing. So the thing I would recommend you to do is go and try street food. So usually when you go to Hanoi, there will be a lot of food, like restaurants or shops there. So you might try a few of those food. So the first food I recommend for you is like Vietnamese noodle soup, which I thought is really tasty. It's like the noodle is kind of flat and soft. I really like the water, or you might call it the soup. Now the second one I recommend is like spring rolls or summer rolls. So these rolls are vegetables and meat and a few other things, whatever you want to put in it. Those are wrapped in a kind of rice paper wrapper, like rice wrappers. They're wrapped in like it, and usually this dish is served fresh. It's served fresh with a kind of sauce that In some place it's spicy, in some place it's sweet, and I don't know what the original flavor is. The third one is one of my favorite ones. So this one is the grilled pork with the noodles or vermicelli. So vermicelli is kind of like noodles, but this kind of noodle isn't flat. It's kind of roundish and small and thin, and it's also a bit crunchy to me, but I don't know how it is to other people. For this, I really love the grilled pork because it's kind of delicious and tasty. And the grilled pork is also main reason for why I love this dish so much. Well, if you really want to try street food, I recommend the Old Quarter in Hanoi. And this Old Quarter has a big church. It has a big church in the middle of it. And that church is old and very ancient and big, and has those kind of things that make it look like a castle, except that it's a kind of smaller, much smaller than a castle, and much thinner. It's not as wide as a castle. Well, usually in the Old Quarter, you might see a lot of narrow streets that are way too narrow for restaurants to be there, but even though it's small and thin like the street is, well, that street still has a lot of restaurants. And I've been to some of those restaurants before and tried a lot of those food. And also I've been to a lot of coffee shops, except that the thing I don't like about it is that those coffee shops doesn't really have air conditioning. But otherwise, it was kind of like a great experience when I tried food at the Old Quarter. So that is all about my opinion on some tourist attractions in Hanoi, which is the place I believe is one of the best tourist attractions in Vietnam. So that is all about my favorite place and my home, and thank you for listening.